told one of my best friends I was expecting, and her response was, "I'm surprised you're telling people this early." This person goes on to write, "I'm a FTM at 13 weeks and 3 days. I'm super excited and have been nervous to tell people only because so many things can go wrong, but our NIPT came out low risk, so my husband and I have been telling our close friends and family starting about 2 weeks ago. I've been nervous telling one of my best friends because we found out she may have some kind of cancer that may be making it difficult for her to get pregnant. Well, my husband and I told her today, and although she was happy and congratulated us, her second comment was, 'I'm surprised you're telling people this early.' I was taken aback and I didn't know what to say and just laughed it off. Her sister gave birth about 2 months ago, and she's been telling us how it's been very hard for her sister and husband, that their youth is gone. The sparkle in their eyes are gone. They have dark circles. Babies are expensive, etc. They're pretty much like, just wait," comments. I love her, but I'm a little upset, and I just feel like I'm being overly sensitive at the moment. I also feel like I don't want to tell her anything about my pregnancy.
All right, should I start on this one? Okay, don't take it personal. It's not personal. She is coming from experience, probably hurt. She's probably gone through a lot herself. And sadly, this is a lot of people's responses. I think I talked to my mom like yesterday or the day before on the phone, and she was like, just wait, because I told her I was exhausted because we're 6 months pregnant. And so even like the people that love you so much are, they might just have this type of response. But I don't think it's personal. You're allowed to feel however you want to feel. We are very hormonal. We are doing so much. Our bodies are, we're super women at this point. But I wouldn't take it personally. I think just trying to understand where she's coming from. She's probably just dealing with a lot. And yeah.
Yeah, I agree. I think like a lot of times it's easy to take things personally, especially when we have this idea of what kind of reaction we'd like from our friends and family. But it sounds like she has a lot going on with her own like ability to have kids, and just her sisters having kids. And for as much as it's true that they are expensive, you're going to have late nights, it's going to be a lot of work, you don't have to focus on that. That is part of the journey, sure, but there's also going to be really high peaks, where it's just you're going to be overwhelmed with love. I genuinely feel like your heart is going to grow, like in the Grinch, where it grows like 10 sizes. I feel like that is a good representation of how it feels to have something you love more than anything in a way you've never experienced. So I think sometimes people, out of hurt, out of fear, kind of focus on negative things as a way to comfort themselves, or to just, maybe that's just their vibration they're at. But I think you said it right. Like, just don't take it personally.
And if people aren't truly happy with themselves, it is really hard for them to be happy for other people, even if they love you. And I know you feel the need to, like, now you don't want to share things with her, and that is your right. If people don't respond and don't show excitement the way that you want to, that is your right. You don't have to share anything. Maybe they'll come around, maybe they'll start showing more of an interest, maybe be more positive. My advice would just be positive and optimistic about it. And I know when I'm dealing with people like similar situation in my own pregnancy journey, I try to just be positive. And when they say like, oh, it's going to be like this, and I'm like, well, it's also the best thing I'm ever going to do in my life. So I think just like counterbalancing it and just never like going to their level, always trying to bring them up, because like we said, it's not personal. They're coming from a hurt place. So if you could be the person to lift them up in this situation, even though this should be your moment, that could be pretty powerful too.
Absolutely. It's all about how you frame it. And if you kind of walk into their framework about pregnancy, you might get overwhelmed or filled with fear or whatever kind of limiting beliefs they might have about this subject. When if you can maintain your own positive framework about what's going on in your life, you'd be surprised how these people will sometimes walk into your framework, you know, and now be like, well, you're right, you know, it is kind of an
Mm-hmm.
amazing thing. And
We've seen it.
we've seen it
Mm-hmm.
definitely. So like maintain your framework on it. Don't and you know also boundaries are real. Like you don't have to share all of the excitement with everyone. Find people who can actually truly appreciate what you have going on and share with them openly. And then the people who are a little more, you know, quick to try to be a little more negative, maybe wait for them to bring it up or something, for them to have a moment of openness, because she's probably not always like this, you know. She was probably caught off guard, you know. A lot of times people's first reaction is not necessarily how they truly feel, and she might have just got like overwhelmed with her own situation. And I don't feel like you really said it that early. 13 weeks and 3 days, is that early? I feel like we said it.
No, we said it like at 5 weeks, and I understand some people are worried about miscarriages and other, complications that
It's
can
real.
happen, but it is up to you. If you want to tell people as soon as you find out, like we pretty much did, like those people are just going to be there for you when you do have complications. If you want to go through this alone or with just your partner, that is your right, but it is up to you how early, how late you want to tell people you're expecting.
Absolutely. This is your journey, your story. If you want to tell people early, even though there is some risks to it, great. And if you want to wait and not tell people until much later, that this is your right. Like you're creating your own pregnancy story, and it can be as positive or as fearful as you want to make it, you know? Let's hear what some of the other people comment down below. They said, "You're not even telling people that early. Plus, I'm not an advocate for the mindset that you need to wait. Is that so you can suffer alone and in silence if you miscarry? Like, how messed up is that? This friend sounds like she might be going through her own stuff. I would personally have a heart to heart and talk to her about your feelings being hurt and give her an opportunity to apologize and acknowledge, and also assess if she's willing to be more supportive moving forward. Hopefully, it also helps her see that she's projecting her issues onto others, which is not cool. If she responds poorly, then you can make a call how to proceed with that knowledge in hand."
I agree with most of that.
Yeah, I don't even think necessarily the heart to heart is required. I
Mm-hmm.
think a lot of times people have introspection after the events, and you'd be surprised how it's not necessarily your job to correct people's behavior. It's more powerful to just be the positive force yourself, to be that high vibration, to maybe plant the seed of positivity in them and live in a way that like later they're like, wow, you know, like, and there's less conflict in that too, you know. If it really becomes an issue, absolutely, you know, communicate and express how you're feeling, but you don't always have to be the one that corrects especially your friend's behavior. You know, if this was like a partner or like a close family member, that'd be like one thing, but
And they know. There's so many times you
they
look
know.
back and like, oh, I shouldn't have responded that way, or I should have just done this, and so they know. It's that's why I said I agree with most of that, because like that was the part I didn't really agree with, because like you said, I don't think it's necessary. Like I don't think you really got to have a heart to heart with them.
Yeah. This person says 13 weeks isn't early.
Yeah. Period.
This person says, "We told everyone close to us about our first pregnancy as soon as I got a positive test." That sounds
Yeah.
like us.
We waited a couple weeks.
then I, then I
Oh.
lost the baby. And you know, it was really good that we told friends and family. I needed the support.
Yeah.
What were we supposed to do? Just pretend it never happened? So I really don't get this whole too early to tell people thing. Whatever happens, you don't want your loved ones. Don't you want your loved ones with you through it? Yeah. What would you tell this person? Honestly, we'd love to hear your comments down below. We love reading the comments when people comment. It makes our day. Do you think that this friend is being overly negative? Are they just dealing with their own issues? And do you think the response, "I'm surprised you're telling people this early," is that normal? Like that's something that people have to deal with? Or is that kind of a little bit uncalled for? Please take a moment, comment down below. Hope you all are having a great day, and we'll see you in the next video.